Right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to this Thursday's edition of Harmonize2Energize, which is now on the second and fourth Thursday of every month, in case you didn't know. My name is Terry Matthews. It's been my pleasure and privilege to share aspects of the art of JIN SHIN JYUTSU for the last 5 years on this particular platform, first live and then online. So for those of you that are brand new to the art of JIN SHIN JYUTSU, I'll just give you a quick overview. JIN SHIN JYUTSU is an art of harmonizing the life energy, sometimes called prana or chi, depending on your culture, as it moves through energy pathways in the body, and which is regulated by what we in JIN SHIN JYUTSU call safety energy locks, and the acupuncturists call points. In JIN SHIN JYUTSU, we have 26 of these safety energy locks. They are the size of the diameter of your palm of your hand. And hello, yeah, I can see my hand is going. And you adjust the energy as it moves, or perhaps not moving, by placing the palm of your hand on these safety energy locks, the back of your hand, tips of your fingers, thumbs. When you do that, you're moving a current of energy or life force to begin to transform any blockages that are in these pathways. And these blockages are usually caused by soul, mind, body blockages, attitudes, the way we conduct our lifestyle, what we eat, what we think, what we drink, this kind of thing. It was brought to the West back in the 1970s by a Japanese American by the name of Mary Ino Burmeister. She had learnt the art from her master, Master Jiro Murai in Japan, back in the 1940s. She was a teacher of English as a foreign language. She was in Japan during those periods I just mentioned, and her master, she was invited to a party where her master was present, and he saw that she was probably someone that could bring a gift to America. And this gift was the art of JIN SHIN JYUTSU. Mary felt it was just a very natural thing, so she didn't block it. And she began her study of the art of JIN SHIN JYUTSU for over 17 years, 5 years with Master Murai, and 12 years by correspondence. So, without further ado, and I wish that hand would disappear, I'm going to lower it. It's my privilege and joy to welcome this week's special guest. To my left or right, depending on which way you got your screen, it is Susan Galvao from San Antonio, Texas. Welcome, Susan. Susan, I will briefly say before she tells you everything else, is a long-time practitioner of JIN SHIN JYUTSU. We're in good hands. Over to you, Susan.
Oh my goodness, I don't know about that. Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. I told Terry everybody has to bring a doll or a stuffed animal because I don't want you to hold your finger. And he grumbled about that. And so I don't know. A little, you did. So I don't know. I can't see all of you. I can only see Terry, myself, and 5 people. How many of you are practicing JIN SHIN JYUTSU practitioners, or you're new and you want to learn more? For me personally, I had a huge experience with a client. I moved back to San Antonio from the Los Angeles, Long Beach, California area, where I had a business for about 21 years. And I had a client who, when she first came to me, she got on the table and her ring toes were doubled in half, like they just went over, like this. You could put them back up, but they would go back down. And that's kind of like third depth, gallbladder. And it turned out that in her family, everyone had had their gallbladders removed except for her and a niece. And so right away, her homework was to hold those toes like anytime she sat down. And then when she would come, I would do flows on her. During this time, Stan Posey was doing astrological charts, and you could, with your fingers, he would give you instructions which fingers to hold. She opted to do that to help herself more. And so she was a Scorpio, which is kidney. And that's I create. Kidney is about creating. She was also small intestine and large intestine, which is Virgo, I analyze, and Taurus, I have. So, and she was very precise in her mannerisms and very elegant, and always doing everything on the social calendar to perfection, I would say. But she had these toes that were doubled in half, right? So we're moving along, singing a song, and those toes started coming up. And over time, she was having digestive problems. So I really believe in the lumbar wheel. And so I was doing flows either from text 1 or 2 using my lumbar circle based on what I saw. So she was fine some days and she was really sick other days. And it was like she became super afraid to eat anything. So she went to my doctor of osteopathy and to a nutritionist. She saw several doctors of kind of like not Western medicine. I don't know what you would call naturalist doctors. And she came back diagnosed with a median acute I can't even read my own writing. Ligament syndrome, gastrovascular flatulence, and a valvular disease. So I'm like, oh, and they wanted to do surgery on her. And I'm not really a Western medicine person at all. I'll do everything before I go see a Western doctor. So I really sat down and studied the signs of her astrological chart, this incredible thing the doctor gave her. So I was a big student of Philomena Dooley back in the 90s. And I don't know if any of you know her. I hope you do. And Philomena had been in the Western world of medicine. So she was a nurse, but that's close enough to me. For me, being a nurse is like being the doctor. So I called Philomena and asked her for help. And so she this is what she prescribed, and this is what I want us to do. She prescribed doing the 4-12-11-3 flow with the chi flow twice a day for 5 days, and let's see where it goes. So that's what I did. Victoria was very receptive to doing that. And lo and behold, she did not need the surgery. So I want us, since the 4-12-11-3 flow is Mary's healing flow, I just feel before COVID, I love all the teachers. I think everyone is fabulous, but I don't think the teachers spend a lot of time on that page of 4-12-11-3. If this is something some of you don't have, it's okay. I'm going to walk you through it. You don't need to see the page. But I wrote down some notes about what I had taken in my 20 years of classes, of what these flows are. And the 4-12-11-3 flow is in text 1 on page 26. If you guys have your textbooks and you want to look. And what I did was, before we get into doing the flow, because Terry said everybody holds their fingers in this class, you could hold the finger that has the 4 in it, or you could hold your 4s. It's located at the base of the skull on the back of the head. So 4 is the window of life. It's greatest of the divine numbers. Everything I'm telling you, I received it from a teacher during a class. The flow calls for, well, on the page it says 11-12-4-3. So I'm doing 4-11-12-3, not 11-12-4-3. So 4 is the window of life, the greatest of divine numbers. 11 is where we unload excess baggage. It's the master number or the hub. And the 11s are located here at the top of our shoulders. Okay, I have a fascia issue on my right side. I'm also right-handed. So I sort of have a bump there on my 11. And 11 is excess baggage. You know, how much am I exhaling? And for me, it's obvious my right 11 could stand some extra TLC because I have this fascia, I'm calling it a fascia bump because that's what Anita called it. Anyway, and then the 12 is our neck. Thy will be done. It's submission of higher consciousness. And that's like at CV4 on our necks. So you can give yourself, you know, a little massage there. You can rub your fingers together to get those cervicals loosened up. And then 3 is the door. So 4 is the window and 3 is the door. It harmonizes our inhale and our exhale. And if we can't inhale enough or exhale enough, we could get a clog in the drain. So 3's open. If your 3's are open, you don't get sick. So a lot of times we do the quickie for 11-3 and we put our other hand, I'm on my left shoulder. So my right hand is up on the 11-3 and my left hand is in my groin for the 15. That's to inhale. To exhale, you put your left hand on your 25 to exhale. Anyway, so the 3's take care of any movement of disorder. Everybody should be able to do that. Try to do that. Just to exhale yourself. I have so many people that they get, it was so funny. This one lady was so upset. She was pushing her lips together. She was doing everything to make herself, but she was going to go see her twin-year-old, 2-year-olds. And I said, they will teach you, because there's no way when she left California to go to Florida, could she do that. She came back. The first thing look, Susan, I can do this. You know, it was better than when she left, and I hope over time she's doing much better. So these 2 flows helped my client. She did not have to have her surgery. Her body found its pathway. And so I would like us to actually do the 4-12-11-3 flow, because they don't go over this in a 5-day class. Oh, and I'm promoting 5-day class, you know, like get out in the world and go to a class. I just had Sarah here and it felt so good to be with other people, see other people. Anyway, so we are going to do this flow. So if you brought your teddy bear or doll, you can do this in your lap. You can do it on a massage table. I don't have a doll or a teddy bear, so I put some sheets together. But what I'm going to do is walk you through it, because I was taught this way probably in a Philomena class. Other teachers, yes, we talk about this page, but we don't ever come back and do this flow. And I just think this flow, because it was a Mary healing flow, it healed Mary Burmeister. We need to use the flow. And this is what was important to me when Terry asked me to do this class. Yes, you can hold your fingers that have the 4, that have the 11, that have the 12, that have the 3, or you could go to those safety energy locks and just hold those. But to have the experience of doing this flow to a doll and hopefully to someone else will help them. That was my purpose. So pretend like you were sitting on the left-hand side of the person. And in the book, the right flow, I think most classes have always said this is the whiplash flow if anyone's ever been in an accident. But this flow is much more than a whiplash flow. So we're going to do the right flow, and we sit on the left side. So turn your doll on your table or on your lap, which his head should be to your right. The head should be to your right. Okay, and pretend like the doll's laying in your lap. So what you're going to do is your right hand is going to be on, the book says only the 4. I'm telling you to put your right hand at what would be a 4 and what would be a 12 on your teddy bear or your doll. That's at the neck. That's here. I'm at the base of my skull and my neck. And you're going to just like hold your fingers like that. Can everybody see that? Could you tell? Terry?
Do you all see that? Raise your hand if you cannot.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. So this is my right hand. Lay your doll down. You need to lay your doll down in your lap with the head going the other way. The right hand, the doll should be at your right hand. Okay. So you're just going to put at what you think is the base of the skull of your doll, and your fingers are in your neck, but not crossing over the spine, the cervicals. Everybody got that? Hands up. Okay, your left hand is going to go across the body underneath to go to what would be the point of the scapula, or the 9. That's where the point of the scapula is located, is the 9. And we're just pretending, okay? I admire you doing this flow on yourself. Very good. Sarah can get her hands back there. I can't. Anyway, so the left hand is going to go under the body of your doll to what would be the point of the scapula on the right side. And your right hand is going to be on the left 4 and 12. So you could come under your neck the other way so you don't get your hands mixed up. So the left is on the right and the right is on the left. Are we okay with that? So you're going to hang out here for a while, couple of minutes. okay? And then your right hand is going to move to the 11-3, which on ourselves, you're just flopping your hand over your left shoulder, and it should be able to, your fingertips should be able to hit your 3, and the palm of your hand is on your 11s. And we're going to hang out here for a while. Now your left hand is going to move up a couple of inches on your doll or your teddy bear to go to what would be the 10. Okay? The 10 is the middle of the scapula, but just off the edge of the scapula is the 10. I can reach my 10. So exciting. Maybe I can't. Okay, so now you're going to go with your right hand is going to go back to the left 4 and 12. And you hang out here for a little while. And then your right hand is going to go to the 11-12, 11-3. Then your left hand is going to take the right ring finger. So the right ring finger comes off of the 11-3, and your left hand is going to hold your right ring finger. And you need to hold it like all the way around, like not just the top and bottom, but you need to hold lovingly, you need to hold the entire finger. And that's the flow. That's all there is. 4, 12, 11, 3 flow. So the teacher I had that really emphasized this flow used together the 4 and 12, but the 9 by itself. And the reason I like doing it this way is 9 is total and complete, and it needs its own time and space to let go while you're breathing and reminding your person that they need to exhale or they need to breathe. It's a transformation. It's peace of mind. It's who I am in relationship. It's understanding the mind. So that's
Colleen?
what, I'm sorry.
Colleen's raised her hand. Colleen,
Sure.
is there a problem?
Yeah, I didn't quite follow the changes you were making in the flow. So we do the right 4, 8, 12, and then the left on the right 9, and then
Yeah,
the right
by
on-
itself, by itself.
Yeah, and then the right on
And
the
then
left.
you move to the 11-3,
Okay,
holding the 9.
yeah, right. And then the left goes where? The
Well,
left goes
then
on the
you go
10.
back, you kind of go back, and you're going to hold the left 4 with the right hand while you hold the 10.
Right on left 4.
right on left floor 4. And then you're going to where the second line, do you not have the textbook?
Yeah, I have it right in front of me.
Okay, so see, they're showing 9 and 10 together,
Yes,
and I'm separating them.
okay,
So I'm putting 4 and 12 together while you hold the 9.
okay. So after
Then
that
I'm
step-
putting 4 and 12 together while you're holding 10.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and then where do I go?
And then the last step of the flow is your left hand holds the right ring finger
Okay,
while your right hand is on the left 11-3. So if you have the textbooks, you can write 4/12 with
Yeah, I
the
do.
9,
Uh-huh.
and then 4/12 with the 10. So you're going to do both of those steps before you move your right hand to the 11-3.
Okay, and this is from Philomena?
Yeah, it's a way that I learned to do this flow. And
Okay,
this is a whiplash flow.
And this is called the chi flow too?
No. 20, 21, 22 is the chi flow.
Oh, okay.
This flow is a whiplash flow. That's how they
Yeah.
present it in class,
Yeah, I know, yeah.
as a whiplash flow or any kind of facial paralysis.
Okay,
But it's a historical page that I personally think they need to spend more time on.
yeah, I have just a few notes, you're right. Yeah. Thank you, appreciate it.
Uh-huh. And like I had I can't see all of you, but my friend Zoe Kafopoulos, who was the LA organizer, she asked me to become the LA organizer before COVID. But I did this flow on her when she had a cancer diagnosis. I did this flow to start her flows for cancer. So, and it just, to me, it opens up the whole body.
Shari, you got your hand up.
Hi, I want to know about when you say 9 is alone, what am I holding when I'm holding 9? Am I holding 12?
No, well, yeah, you are.
Okay.
You're holding 4 and 12.
4 and 12
And
together.
your left hand is going to the point of the scapula under the body.
Right. But you said that a lot of people can't do it, and what do they do if they can't do it? I mean, I can do it, but what's your other option? Because I don't see it in the
9,
book.
I meant to pull out my page of numbers of the safety energy locks that are in the fingers. And because I'm such a 9 person, I hold my thumb a lot. 9 is in the thumb.
Okay, thank you.
So you can hold that thumb instead of doubling up your body to try to get to that 9. Just hold that same side thumb.
Right.
Oh, are we going to do this on people? I mean, do we have time to do it on us? I mean, I know the teddy bear and the doll works, but isn't it a different way of understanding it when we're doing it on ourselves, since it was so quick when we just did it?
What do you mean different?
Well, we're changing it around when we're doing it for self-help as opposed to when we're actually holding somebody. We're not in the same positions. We're not in the same side of the body. We're in one, holistic vertical position or sitting down. I just thought, isn't there a way we can also do it and on ourselves? In other words, you don't want to work on ourselves. You just want to work on a doll for this session. Is that correct?
No.
Oh, okay.
I can do this flow on myself. Okay. And if I have to, but it's nice if somebody else does it to me. It's like a real Christmas present when someone else does it to me. You have full capability of receiving the full intention of the flow. But working on yourself, if you let your mind go, working on yourself, I can hold my 4 and my thumb. Okay. So my right hand is holding my left 4 and I'm holding my left thumb. Okay, because I know that's 9. I don't have to double my body up. Okay. Did that answer your question?
It did a lot more than not asking the question, so that's a good thing.
Okay.
Debbie, I saw your hand.
Yeah, so when you're doing self-help, you can hold your right hand on your left 4, and in lieu of holding your thumb, you can hold the 19 in lieu of holding the 9.
Yes.
And then you can hold the high 19 in lieu
For
of
the
holding
10.
the 10.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, Debbie. Gabriella?
Okay, great. You don't know, but the answer every time.
Thank
Oh.
you. I have a
Gabriella?
question. I don't know whether it is possible or not, but I'm gonna ask anyway. And Terry, it would be brilliant if we could have Terry actioning his teddy bear while you are instructing him from A to Z in a quick succession. So I would know it. First move is gonna be 4, and then 19 or 12 or whatever, and I can look at Terry moving his hands along your instruction, along with you at the same time. So video, it would be like, if we can have a split screen, half of it should be Terry's, half of it should be Sue's, and Sue, you start the procedure, you start the steps, the flow, and you instruct Terry, do this, and he moves his hands, and I can see how it goes without anything else. So it's like
Okay,
a
we can do that. We can do
Thank
that.
you. I'm sorry, I don't want to be a,
No,
pain
you
in
are
the-
not at all. I am challenged by doing this because you guys are used
Thank
to
you.
holding your fingers. But I just think this page has been overlooked for so long. And now we are coming back into live classes and still some Zoom. But my heart goes to this page, especially having the great success I did with my client to avoid this disgusting sounding surgery. And
It's an
whether or
amazing
not
flow.
Actually,
whether or
Sue,
not you all have had, I'm sorry.
Sue, if I did, I don't recall saying this, but if I did say they're just used to holding fingers, that's incorrect.
Oh,
They
okay.
are used to doing the flows as well.
Well,
I
the
apologize if I did
11-15,
say that. I don't recall it, but they are used
Yes,
to the
yes.
flows too.
a lot of the flows, the teachers would say, well, you can hold 11-15, 11-25 as the quickie for the flow. And Debbie, I don't know if you have written down anywhere on that page an 11-15 or 11-25 as a quickie. I don't have anything written down. And
No, I have that book at the other office.
yeah. I've never seen a quickie for this flow, and it was on my heart that it's important for people to know about this flow.
I have
Well,
11-15.
Yeah, sorry. The actual flow in the book that I've got doesn't actually show the 12. Is that true for your book?
It's true for every book. It's the
Yeah.
12 is not used at all. It's only used up at the top.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But
it
while
is
you're
in
at the
book.
4, you're next door to the 12.
Sure. No, I understand that, but I'm just saying if anyone's confused, it's not in the book.
Excuse me, I actually don't know how to raise my hand on this app. So
Who is this?
Huh?
Who is this?
This is Isabel.
Isabel.
I don't have my
Okay.
picture. I actually have a self-help from Jed that he did on April 5th, 2021, when he was doing the We Are Ones. And so I thought I'd just share it with you. And
Of course.
and he had you put your right hand basically it's on the left 4, but it's really holding all of that from the left 4 up the down the 12, the 11, and then the 3. It's kind of just a full hand. That's the right hand on the left. And then he has the left hand on the right 19, but
That's the 9.
On both sides of the elbow, because then it's capturing the 13 and the 10.
Yes, you're in the line of the thumb and
Isabel?
first and fifth depth.
Yes.
Isabel, could you turn your camera on and show everyone?
Oh, okay. Let me see. Wasn't prepared for this.
No one ever is.
Yeah, let's see. Does that show me? Is there, how do I?
Just
There-
just
there-
go to
there-
participant
There's an
Just go to the-
icon
Oh,
at
there's,
the
I see
bottom.
myself. There I am.
and then click on the camera.
Yeah, click on the camera, Isabel.
Click on that.
Down at the bottom.
Or just speak it out again and then Sue will show
Oh, you
you.
can see I'm such a novice. I love this JIN
It's
SHIN.
great. Yeah, it's a learning curve. Here
Yes,
you go.
I'll do that after I tell you this, and then I can kind of look. Anyway, so then you got your right hand on your left side of your neck. Basically, you're holding from 4 down to that 3. I have small hands, but I can see it in my heart. And then the left hand is on your right 19, both sides of the elbow. So you're really getting that 10, and you're getting, I suspect the 9 as well, isn't it? The 19 is
9 is the elbow. Yes.
And then your right hand then goes to your left 11 and 3.
Yes.
And that, he didn't say anything about the ring finger, but of course a shortcut just in general for that flow, isn't that hold your ring finger and, I mean, so I don't know. Anyway, so
Well, the ring finger is the last step.
yes. So
Oh,
anyways, that came up then because, yeah, I have a quickie, and this is from a Wayne class that is same side 11-3 with your ring finger, with your thumb over
yeah.
the
See,
nail of
that's
your
the
ring finger.
umbilicus.
Yeah.
That's the
So
umbilicus finger.
there are some
I have
quickies that have happened over the years, but I just thought that JED one was simple in a way. It just, because I would want to I'd like to hold my own 9 and my own 10, but my arms just don't do that. So,
Well, this is actually very comfortable. I thank you so
Yeah.
much for sharing,
You're welcome.
because holding the right 19 on both sides.
Yeah.
For people that are new, if you extend your arm out, you're in the line of the thumb and the little finger, and then you're holding your neck and your base of your skull.
Yeah, I'm looking to see
So
if I.
that's very helpful.
Okay. Thank you,
Uh,
Isabel. Hey, how are we
You're
doing?
welcome.
Sue, do you want to do the 2021-22
Yeah,
now?
I'm just going to do the quickie for the 2021, 22, 20. Yeah, 2021, 22 is holding the side of the neck. Like if you put your left hand up at your neck, you're holding like back by where the cervicals are, and the palm of your hand is coming around to under your ear. So stay on just one side, because we have 2 different sides. And then your right hand is going to go above your right eyebrow. And you hold that for a couple of minutes. And then it goes below your cheekbone. If you are having a sinus issue, you can go in close to the nose to help the sinus drain. Or you can go further out on the cheekbone and just be comfortable with that. And then you go below your collarbone. This is kind of the quickie for this flow. If you have textbooks, you can obviously continue on and do the whole flow. But for homework, Victoria would hold like the first steps of the 4, 12, 11, 3 if she could. Okay. And then I gave her 20, 21, and 22 holding the side of both necks. And you would do both sides because you're working on yourself to be more efficient. You would work both sides.
So I hadn't heard before that this was the flow that was used on Mary. Is that what you said? Is this what
No,
Jiro
not the
used?
2021-22.
No, the first
4,
one.
12, 11, 3. Yeah, I have a note. I have no idea from who because I didn't write it down. Mary's healing flow.
So you're not sure whether it was given to her by Mariah to help her, or she just called it the healing flow? Is that
Whatever happened at the class, I interpreted it as this was the flow given to her because this was supposed to be like the first flow.
Oh. It's
Debbie,
definitely
do you have
true.
any more information about that?
Well, if you look at the page number, it's 26.
Yeah,
That means a lot right there. And yes, I have heard that story when Mary was very sick. This is the flow that Jiro used on Mary.
yeah.
Oh, good, because I never had that story myself. Thank you.
You weren't paying attention. No, I'm kidding.
Probably not.
There's so much information and over all these years, but it's like little pearls of knowledge, you know? So. Well, does anybody have any questions?
What are we doing?
I was wondering why you call it the chi flow.
Mary called it the chi flow. The notes that I've taken to share with you in class, it's the mind and the body and spirit. It's our third eye. It's the specialist. It clears the nines. It's the janitor of the body and mind, the mind organizer, prevents strokes, removes all illusionary stresses.
And I also have in my book that page 26 is the flow that was used to heal Mary. So
Yes.
that's reconfirming.
Who is that speaking?
Colleen.
Oh, okay.
I have a quote that one of the teachers said from Mary, we can't change the past, but we can change how we think of it. We feel in our body what we know in our mind.
Tom, I've seen your hand up for a while, my friend. What's going on?
Yeah, I wanted to just say this is an inhale, exhale flow, a very good one. In 92, I videotaped the whole class that Philomena did down at Arapahoe College. And she didn't want to release it, so she destroyed it. But I had the whole video. I also videoed Wayne's class, which is the trouble is you can't release it anymore now because of digital problems. But I remember that being a very good inhale, exhale flow. And yeah, that was a beautiful session. You're doing very, very well, Susan. Very good. Thank you for all that you're bringing back.
Well, I just think now it's important for
Yes.
us to breathe. The world is in such chaotic state. And I know how much better I feel when I'm breathing. And we stop breathing, we don't even know we stopped. You know, that's why, you know, get those lips moving, really let go of your mind, you know, to be on this, in this place, on this path that we are on, just to stay within who we are.
Yeah,
So-
anybody out there who's got a sleep apnea condition, do that flow.
Yeah, I have sleep apnea. And another good one, the liver flow. sends oxygen to the brain. And of course, that really helps, even though you got oxygen in your body, sending it to the brain is important for sleep apnea. I've had it for years and I can't use the Darth Vader thing, so I just do oxygen. But
The Darth Vader.
I'm worried about dying in my sleep, which my doctor said, and I know several people who have with sleep apnea, so I wake myself if anything drops below, my heart rate below 30 and my breathing below 72 oxygen.
Wow.
Can I ask which flow you're referring to for sleep apnea? I'm getting confused about which flows you're referring to. We have two flows that we've been working on today, but I'm kind of getting them mixed up. So what's the sleep apnea flow that you're referring to right now?
What I do for sleep apnea is I have oxygen and I do the umbilicus. Well, and that and then the 18 and the 17.
Yeah.
And that's how I sleep. But I can't use the machines. But I have a little monitor that tells me, and if my oxygen drops below 72 or my heart rate below 30, I have to wait till it comes back, and I don't want to go to sleep then because I'm afraid I might not wake up.
Yeah.
Sue, when you were talking about the sleep apnea flow, which flow were you referring to? Page 26 or page 32? I've lost.
I was talking about the 2021-22 flow.
Okay, so that's page 32. Okay, for apnea.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Tom. I appreciate it.
It's the brain specialist.
Yes.
That's what I have at the very top of one of my books.
Okay.
The 2021-22 flow is the brain specialist.
Okay. So Gabriella's got her hand up. What's up, Gabriella?
Yes, I wanted to know, we are referring to, let's say, page 26 of a certain book. What I have bought online and then downloaded and printed is, for example, I have got this one, and I've got the second book that I haven't printed yet, and the third book I have not printed yet. So what we have been referring today is not in this book, yes?
Correct. This is the textbook that is given at a 5-day class.
This one.
Right. So what do I need to find your information when you refer to page 26 and 32? It's a totally different.
Well, you would have to take a 5-day class. You cannot just buy.
I see.
Okay.
Okay.
So things that I gave you, like anything that deals with third depth, is 20, 21, 22. So you could use your books totally by doing anything that is for third depth.
Yeah, I've got books. Yes.
Yes.
Different authors. Yes.
Yes.
It's interesting because in my notes, it says second depth, pain in the front of the head on the Energy Lock 20, 21, and 22.
Yeah, but the 20, 21, 16 to 22 is third depth.
Okay. 16. Oh, we didn't.
But it could work into second depth. I mean, you could have some dangling participles. I mean, we're not rigid. We're pliable and we have cells and liquid. So stuff moves into other stuff. So you could have some second depth things coming through into third.
Yeah.
Third supports second if you go to the lumbar circle. Isn't that right? Did I say that right?
It energizes.
Energizes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So is there any more questions at the moment? Have you completed all what you wanted to complete, Sue?
Yes, I have.
Okay, well, all right. Is there any more questions from anybody?
I sort of wanted to know whether it's okay to ask this question. It's not about any exercises or flow. It's just a general question because I started learning about Dao calligraphy and Dao system of healing with Master Sha. Yes, and according to their exercises, like last night, it was starting the circuit of the energy and the flow in the body. And according to Tao, is the energy flows from the first chakra sort of, but through the face of the body, going and goes down through the back. Whereas JIN SHIN JYUTSU says exactly the opposite. That we And I want to know if it makes any difference, or why do we have this antagonism between Japan and China? Only because they want to do that way, or is there an explanation really?
Gabriella,
I don't.
I can speak to that, having studied with Zhigang Shah. There is no conflict.
Okay.
You've learnt the standard conception governor approach from traditional Chinese medicine. He is a TCM expert. He's an acupuncturist, but he does teach the main central flow as well. He just uses different terminology. All right. There isn't any conflict. It's just emphasis. I don't know if that helps you.
I will re-listen to the
I
record.
can talk to you about that separately from the JIN SHIN, because I know what Master Shah is doing.
I would love to hear that. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Really grateful. Thank you.
Welcome. Any more questions? So, Sue,
Yes.
thank you very much.
Well, thank you all for coming very much and for letting me do my thing.
You know, it's interesting you should say the instructors don't spend much time on that page. Well, I definitely didn't know much about it, and I thought, yeah, that's true enough. I've got hardly any notes there at all, and I don't know why they don't, but thank you for filling in some gaps.
Yes.
That's absolutely helpful.
I think it needed to be addressed for a long
Yeah.
time, actually.
It's interesting, yeah. So do you want to talk a little bit about any classes that you're going to be organizing coming up?
Yes. So Terry's giving me a very nice opportunity. I don't know how many of you know, Wayne Hackett has moved to Bonn, Germany, but he is taking a trip back through the United States on his way back to Hawaii. Didn't sell his house in Hawaii. He's going to go clean some things out, he said. So he is going to be in Sarasota, Florida, the end of July. I don't have the dates. I am so sorry because I didn't think about letting you all know. But he is coming to San Antonio August 2nd to the 4th, and we are doing a 3-day class on self-help. And then he is going on to San Diego, and Lisa Griffin is going to have him in San Diego for the 8th, 9th, and 10th. And we're charging $385 for the 3 days. And it's going to be self-help. And so you would bring your books that you have. He said, bring all your books, you know, self-help, textbooks, whatever you have, bring them. And it is not a massage table class. It is a self-help class. So,
if any of you, sorry.
No, go ahead.
So if any of you are in France, Wayne tells me he's going to be there. I don't know how it's pronounced. Plobsheim, France, 30th of August to 1st of September. He's going to be doing that same class. So Wayne is doing those 3-day classes in several places. And I'm looking forward to joining Susan and Connie and whoever else is organizing.
We're very excited you're coming.
In San Antonio. I'll be honest, Sue, I know it sounds like it's mainly self-help, but I was hoping I get Wayne's fingers on me because Wayne is a really good practitioner. And I was hoping for
That's
that.
funny.
But, you know,
Yeah.
it's great. It's great.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you know, so. We're all
Well,
looking forward to that, those of us.
I
that-
I have a hotel where the class is going to be held. And so it's like no stop shop. You fly into San Antonio. I have moved to like kind of outskirts of San Antonio. It's a town called Bernie, Texas. And so it's being held just on the San Antonio edge and Bernie. So it's like 5 miles from my house. And we're hoping a lot of people come just for self-help. So if you
Is
have
it,
any
is it filling
questions,
up? Is it filling up at the moment?
yeah, I'm surprised. I sent the flyer out 2 days ago and I have 8 people and the room holds 30. So we may drift over into the breakfast area or something. But it's we look at it like it's 3 days of Wayne. So, and we're all hungry for that because we haven't seen him in such a long time, you know, except on Zoom. And I'm so tired of Zoom.
What
I
about
can't-
his San Diego class? Is that filling up also?
I have no idea. Lisa asked me about my flyer, so I sent it to her. So I'm not even sure she has sent it out yet.
Okay,
So
because I'm in
she's gonna have-
California and that would be a little more convenient for me. I
Yes,
have
of course.
a friend who lives in
That's
San
why
Diego.
I'm including all 3 of us. And Wayne is like, you know, the East Coast, the middle, and the West. And then he's off to Hawaii for he wasn't sure for how long.
Thank you.
Okay,
And one other
anywhere,
question, you
like, if you
mentioned-
have Lisa's phone number, please get in touch with her. But I know it's the 8th, 9th, and 10th because Wayne told me that.
Okay, and then you mentioned Philomena. I was taking a lot of classes online when it was during the pandemic where she was doing classes. Does she still, is she still practicing?
She's pretty much retired.
That's
She and
wonderful.
Muriel are both, Debbie, you might know more than me. They're both 90 or one just turned 90 and the other one comes right behind. So,
Muriel was definitely retired, folks.
yeah,
I keep asking her to come back on Harmonize2Energize, but I'm not holding any hope on that one. But she's definitely retired.
yeah. Well, Philomena says she is too. This is just old information I shared today. It was so, it was life-changing for me that having something so critical. I mean, this woman was tiny. She was like a size 2, okay, and maybe 5'3". And having the project is bigger than how tall she was or how big she was. So, and to think that JIN SHIN JYUTSU could prevent, I mean, it's like she didn't have the project anymore. So, and she still works on herself and she's one of the people angry that I left anyway. Life moves on.
Okay, well, thank you again, Sue. And so there you have it, folks. If you're interested in doing some self-help with Wayne, there's those classes coming up. And I would encourage you to get in touch with Sue and, in the case of California, Lisa Gritton,
Lisa.
quickly, because he hasn't been around. He is popular. So you really do want to
This
move
is what we
fast.
thought, and we're kind of late getting it out, but it's like he had a trip. He went to Nantucket, and there was like 25 people in the class in Nantucket, Massachusetts. So I couldn't get his picture until he got back to Germany. So it's like So my email address is Susan Galvao, SUSAN, and then all small letters, GAL, V as in Victor, AO, and then J for jump, S for Sam, J for jump @gmail.com. Susan Galvao, JSJ @gmail.com.
I'm putting it in the chat.
Oh, good. And I can show you,
Mm.
this
And
is how
Sue-
we're advertising it. In person, self-care, the application of JIN SHIN philosophy.
There you go. And that's Wayne.
So
All right.
$385. It's a pretty inexpensive class.
Yeah. So, thank you everyone for joining Susan and I today for Harmonize2Energize.
Thank you.
In 2 weeks, I will be joined by Manjita Tulsi again, and we're carrying on our JIN SHIN JYUTSU lifestyle presentations, and it will be on too dry or too damp living environments, JIN SHIN JYUTSU in relation to that. So join us in 2 weeks for that, if that interests you, if that calls you. The replay of today will be up within 24 to 48 hours. And have a wonderful rest of your day, rest of your week, and sign up for Wayne. Sign up for Wayne. Put your pen on paper, write to Susan. Susan, do you prefer people write rather than phone?
Oh, they can phone or write. I have a cell phone. It goes everywhere with me. My cell phone number, if you want to jot it down, is 562-896-8165.
And prefix from the UK, 001 562.
562-896-8165, yeah?
Yeah. And
Correct.
prefix-
You'll get that. If you didn't, you'll get it on the replay, or you can text
Okay.
me and I'll send it.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Email it.
Lovely.
So, all right.
Very grateful.
Time
Thank
to
you.
I just had a 5-day class here with Sarah. This sort of came out of the blue. I wasn't